Hey everyone, welcome back to AITechone.com. If you are new here, I'm Sumit Goyal, and this channel is about Salesforce, Lightning Web Components, GraphQL, and everything in between. So this is my fourth video in Salesforce and GraphQL API mastery. In today's video, we will be diving into an important concept in GraphQL. We'll be going to see how do we fetch the data from parent to child and child to parent. And also we'll learn how do we apply filters and data sorting in between. So whether you are working with Salesforce or APIs or modern apps development, understanding GraphQL relationship can make your data queries much more efficient and flexible. So by the end of this video, you will be going to know how do we query child records while fetching the parent data, retrieve the parent details while querying the child records, how do we apply the filters in both the cases, parent to child and child to parent, how do we optimize the GraphQL queries for better performance. So without further add-ons, let's jump into GraphQL queries and see how we can easily fetch the parent-child relationship in action. So if you have liked my channel, if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's good. Those who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. In my previous videos, I talked about that how to set up an environment and test the GraphQL queries by using Postman and both by entire GraphQL client. We also talk about that how do we apply filters in Salesforce graph using GraphQL query. So this much we did in the previous video. In today's video, I will be going to talk about that how do we query the data from child to parent or parent to child. So I'm going to customize my query quickly here. This is the previous code we tested, and here we were talking about that how do we apply a filter, how do we apply a where clause, or how do we apply filter or nested filters within a query. So now I'm going to modify this query. I'm going to add a new query and we'll see how do we query an account again. So let me remove this query and I just write here, start with query. Let's say get account UI API. Then again, I write query. I want to query account data and I want to query ID. Okay, sorry. I want to add edges, nodes, then ID, name, value, and annual revenue and display value both. So when we execute this, we will be able to see all the accounts and this. And after edges, I just write here total. I just display here total count. Today, I'm going to add one more functionality into this for the page info. I just write page info, and the page info I want to display. In the page info, I would like to display here the end cursor and yeah, just a second. Let me just move this little bit up because it's coming up, and let me close this. Yeah, so page info, and I would like to see we have four options coming up here. End cursor, has next page, has previous page, and start cursor. So you can add it right now. Otherwise, you can skip that. This is not really required. We can discuss this in later session in the detail. But for a time being, I'm just adding, do we have the next page or not? So now when we execute this, when we make a request and when we scroll down, we can see has next page is equals to true, because by default, it will display only limited set of records. That means total number of records we have 17. As has next page means in the next set of page we have few more records. So how do we do the pagination and all? So that will be going to cover up in our coming session. Yes, so let's get back. So the very first thing I want to do is I would like to cover up here. I would like to discuss parent to child. That means we will be querying the parent at the top, and within that, I just want to query the child. So let's see how do we query the same kind of how do we write how do if we want to query the same thing by using SOQL, how can we do this? So I'm going to write a SOQL query for that. So first of all, I write here select ID comma, ID, comma, name, comma, annual revenue from account. And when we execute this, this will simply query ID, name, and account. But now if I want to query the related contacts also, so how do we do that? Query, and we write here select first name, comma, last name from contacts. And we used to call it as a nested query. And you can see we are getting the account and its related contacts. So we have first name, last name. So based depends on the number of records we have, we'll be getting these records here. So few of the accounts, one related contact, few of them, for example, United Oil and Gas Corporation, around four contacts will be there. You can see the list of contacts will be four, and a few of the accounts do not have any related contact. Like for sample account of entitlement, we do not have any related contact for. So here the requirement is how are we going to replicate the same query, same thing in GraphQL. So for this, we have to do, it's not that very complicated. What we need to do, I'll get back to my GraphQL, and where this, you can say where your annual revenue gets completed here, you can see here inside the node. So I just place my cursor inside the node over here after annual revenue, and I would like to get the data from contacts. Contacts. Now within the contacts, because we will be querying the related contacts, so therefore here we have to write, again we have to write edges. We have to start nodes, edges, nodes, and within nodes, we will be going to display first name and its value, and last name, sorry, and last name and its value. Let me show you the code. So as you can see, we have contacts, edges, nodes, first name and last name. So for the child one, we added a separate one. We added a separate edges and nodes. And now when I click on send request, I would be able to see the related contacts. Accounts with related contacts. As you can see, for edge communication, we have two related contacts like Ross Gonzalez and CN Forbes. If you scroll down, for Burlington Textile Corporation of America, Jack Rogers, one contact is there. For Pyramid Construction, we have one contact. So this is the way we can query the child by querying parent. Now, if I want to apply a filter at this point, so how can we add a filter at this point? How can we apply filter at this point? So I would like to query the account, and I am interested in United Oil and Gas Corporation. The reason for this is United Oil and Gas Corporation, there would be four contacts. So I just want to do that. So how I'm going to query, how I'm going to add a where condition. So account where colon name colon EQ colon okay, instead of name we can go with ID also. So I'll prefer to go with ID because it's easy to copy paste the ID. It's easy to copy paste the ID here. So I copy the ID for this United Oil and Gas Corporation and paste this ID here. And when I query, you can see United Oil and Gas Corporation, and we got four related contacts like Stella Pavlova, Lauren Boyle, Author Song, and Evie Green. Now, at the same time, I just want to apply sorting on the contacts. So we have already added a filter. Now I want to apply sorting. In order to apply sorting, we will be going to use the order by, the way we used to, the way we use order by in SOQL. In same manner, we can use order by in GraphQL also. But we would like to apply sorting on contact. So therefore, I'll just get back to, I'll just open, I just place my cursor here at the contacts. As you can see here, I'm the contact. And here, I'm going to add the order by. So I write here order by colon. We would like to order by name colon order and ASC in ascending order. And when I send a request, you can see it gets sorted like author, song, Evie Green, Lauren Boyle and Stella Pavlova. So, and if I want to add a where condition, let's suppose I'm interested only in Stella Pavlova, so I can add a where clause also. So how do we place a where clause? So order by here, and this order by ends. So I place comma, com, comma, and where colon name, or I just say where colon first name colon like colon percent %. So what this will do basically, this is going to filter this is going to display only those record where first name contains st like st%. And when we send a request, you can see only one record is coming up here, that is called Stella Pavlova. Other records are not coming because the other related contacts for United Oil and Gas Corporation, only st is available in Stella Pavlova. So that's the way we can query the we can write the outer query on the parent, and we can display their related contacts. Now the next thing I want to do here is I would like to query from child to parent. So in order to do this, let me just move this query actually, and I'm going to modify this query again. Now, in order to modify this query, because we would like to query from child to parent. So in order to query from child to parent, we need to start, we would like to query account and their parent contact. So how do we do this? Let's check the same similar query in SOQL. So I write here select ID, comma, first name, comma, last name from contacts, from contact, and when I run, I'm able to see the first name, last name. Now I would like to see their related parent account. So from here I write account dot name, and when we execute, we'll be able to see the parent account. And if I want to display the parent account annual revenue, so I can write here account dot annual revenue and execute. So we'll be able to see the Rose Gonzalez is associated to Edge Communication, and the account annual revenue is this. So that's the way we can query. We can write GraphQL query on contact, and along with that we can query their parent account. So same query I just wanted to implement here. So I'm going to make some. I just replace this query with new one, and I'm going to query on account. So first I just query on contact object, contact, and let me just write here get contact. Fine. So contact, and we'll start with edges, node. I want to display ID, ID, first name, its value, last name, its value. So when we trigger this, it will be displaying the contact and the contact first name and last name. Now it's time to display its parent account. Unlike the previous code, in the previous code, the code was where we will be displaying the contact related to an account. So therefore, for the contact, we start as a contact, and within contact, we use edges and nodes. But in this case, it's opposite of that, because we'll be first querying the contact, and we would like to display their parent account. So therefore, I just write here, we just start here account, and within account, we are going to display name. We don't have to add any edges and also account name and annual revenue. That's all we have to do, and display value. So when we execute this, it will display Ross Gonzalez. It is associated to Edge Communication, and this is annual revenue. CN Forbes associated to Edge Communication, that's the annual revenue. Jack Rogers, Berlin Textile, and this is the annual revenue. So this is the way we can add one. Now, if I would like to apply a filter, so I'm interested only to query those contacts which is associated to United Oil and Gas Corporation. So in the previous one, we add a filter over here where ID equal to this. This is the ID for the United Oil and Gas Corporation. But where are we going to apply a filter here? Because in this case, we have mentioned ID over here. And if I try to add a where clause here, let's say where colon, or if I copy that code, let's suppose if I copy the exact code and try to execute here, let's try to do this. I'll just execute this and try to send a request. It will throw an error message, validation error, line number 15. So this is not the way to query the record. So then how do we query this? So in order to do this, because this account we are displaying along with the contact. So therefore we need to apply a filter over here. So if I'll get back here from contact, where account dot id equals to, and I need to paste the ID. Let's test it, this query. And when I execute, I would be able to see the records. So similar thing, so as you can see, where I added this where filter, I placed this where filter along with the contact. So how do we do this? Let's get back to our GraphQL, and here I'm going to write the where clause. So where colon. Now where account.id. So I write here where account colon, and here we want filter on ID. So ID colon EQ so where account ID colon EQ colon, and in double quotes, we need to paste the account ID. So I'll copy this account ID and paste over here. And when we run, you can see only United Oil and Gas Corporation, Stella Pavlova, and Lauren Boyle, only those contacts will be listed out here, where the account is United Oil and Gas Corporation. So that's the way we can query the data from parent to child and child to parent using GraphQL. But till now, you saw that we will be fixing or we will be passing the values statically here. In the next video, in the next tutorial, I will be going to demonstrate you. I'll tell you that how to dynamically pass the values within a GraphQL query. So that will be the agenda for our next topic. So stay tuned. Keep watching this channel, and still those who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, do subscribe the YouTube channel. You can post your comments in comment below. If any one of you will be looking for a customized training on Salesforce, you can reach out to me you can drop a message to me. You can reach out to me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for support. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.